Hello, everyone. We are starting to get some additional information about the plane crash in Crimea, including the fact that one of the people on board, all of whom were killed, was a Russian general. And that has been confirmed not just by the investigative team, but also by the general's family. And as far as I'm concerned, good. Because at this point, Russian generals are basically war criminals. And the fewer of them we have, the better. Not sorry. There is another story that I am treating as a developing story, and that is the strike on the Turk Stream pipeline. So, according to Russia, and this is why I'm treating it as a developing story, according to Russia, 3 Ukrainian drones had struck the Turk Stream export pipeline. It is a Russian-controlled natural gas pipeline that siphons the natural gas to Turkey. So, again, considering where the information is coming from, I would like a confirmation from somewhere else, somewhere more reliable. There is not going to be a truce on Easter. We now have plenty of evidence of that. So, Ukraine has reached out to Russia with that offer, and instead, all they got was more drone attacks. So, fine. You know what? Fine. Guess what? You're not immune from Easter attacks either, Russia. Just saying. I would once again like to point the hypocrisy here. If you were to ask Russian officials, Russian religious leaders, military leaders, bloggers, etc., why they're waging this war, one of the reasons they're going to cite is to save the Christian faith, to save Ukrainians from themselves, to save them from the corrupting influence of Europe. And yet, it is a fact that they have damaged multiple churches, and it is a fact that they have carried out attacks during religious holidays, and it looks like they're planning another one on Easter. So much for protecting the faith. Ukraine continues to talk to the U.S. negotiators, specifically Witkoff and Kushner, as well as Lindsey Graham, which is so pathetic. But I think it's just a formality, just so that the U.S. can't say, oh, Ukraine is rejecting our assistance in this matter. Everybody knows that this is just spinning the wheels, this is useless. And again, none of these people have been to Ukraine. None. Remember, just yesterday, a delegation of high-ranking European officials went to the town of Bucha to honor the victims of atrocities carried out there by Russia. So it is possible. It is possible for high-ranking officials to organize a trip. Are they going to be perfectly safe? No. Nowhere in Ukraine is perfectly safe. But, if you care enough, you can do it. So what does that tell you about the U.S. officials? Yeah, that. Another developing story. Russia is claiming to have complete control of the Luhansk region. So, to avoid any confusion, there is a difference between Donetsk region and Donbass. Donetsk and Luhansk are 2 separate cities, right? They're neighbors. And so Donetsk has a region, Luhansk has a region. Those two together are part of the what is known as the Donbas, which stands for the Donetsk Basin or Donetsk Coal Basin. Okay, so what Russians are saying is that they have control of the Luhansk portion of the Donetsk Basin. Now, again, considering the source, it is likely not entirely true. Because Ukrainians are saying, no, we're still holding on to the small piece of that. But that wouldn't be at all out of character. Because this wouldn't be the first time Russians have celebrated having control over something that they did not. And this latest round of drone attacks by Russia had killed at least 5 people and destroyed a post office. And the picture you're seeing is from the site of the drone attack in the city of Lutsk. Again, what military purpose did that post office serve? What threat did it present to you, Russia? And this is not the first time they hit a post office, by the way. And the problem with that, of course, post offices are still used pretty heavily in Ukraine. And so, there are bound to be people there during all times of day, and Russia knows this. So, basically, what is this? It's just another act of genocide, another war crime, another attempt to terrify Ukrainian civilians into submission. More to come.